General and National Defense Industrial Association Chairman, General Arnold Punaro. General, thanks very much for being here. We so appreciate you and your service to this great country. Thank you, sir.
Maria, privileged to be with you this morning.
You have written a book. You are the author of the book, The Ever-Shrinking Fighting Force. General, I want to ask you about what's happening in terms of the U.S. versus China. You heard what General Mark Milley said. How do you see this threat from the CCP, which makes no secret of the fact that it wants to undermine and replace the United States as the #1 superpower?
Maria, bullseye, and we should be more than concerned about the recent development in China with their demonstration of the ability to put a hypersonic glide missile, potentially with a nuclear warhead. It's clearly a game changer. It's worse than a Sputnik moment. Sputnik was a benign satellite that demonstrated limited technical capability by the then Soviet Union. You have to put this in the broader context that you just described. You've been the leader in pointing out for some time, China's on the mark, militarily, economically, diplomatically, and even scarier, technologically. They're
Shalom, all praise goes to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakwadash, double honors to the apostles and an Elder's Great Millstone. Salutations to the Akhmat. They're pushing this word in all sincerity and honesty, the hopeful elect. Shalom. This is going to be a quick lesson. Lord willing, is edifying, and you see what's coming to a head. Now, the title of this lesson may be End Game, all right? Because clearly we see we're living in the end games, where these nations are preparing themselves for the final attack, all right? Which World War III is gonna consist of that it's gonna be the war to end all wars, and it's gonna consist of those thermonuclear missiles. Okay, now for example, this is China. This is going to be on China, and China possibly invading Taiwan. Okay, and also developing hypersonic missiles. Okay, that will also be carrying those nukes. Okay. So, of course, China is not going to be the next superpower. That's why, in Psalms, it speaks about why do the heathens rage. Let me just try to get that real quick. All right. It says Psalms 2:1. Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? All right. The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying. All right. Now, the point being in verse 1. Why do the heathens rage and the people imagine a vain thing? And that rage is going into developing these nuclear missiles, into trying to be the world's superpower. Okay, because why do these nations go to war? The main goal is power. All right, the main goal is to be in rulership, to put your nation in the highest standards possible. Okay, in the highest position possible, which that'll be ultimate rulership, to be superpower. So China, you see Iran, Russia, North Korea, all these countries are developing their nuclear technology. And why is this? Because they're preparing themselves for a World War III. I'm this video running a little more longer.
Ahead of us in terms of hypersonic missiles, but they're also ahead of us in technologies that are not just important to our military, but important to our economy and our competitive position in the world. 5G, quantum, artificial intelligence. I could tick off 7 or 8 of them. This development is a game changer because it can put at risk a lot of the investment we've made in our own defense force structure, turn those things into museum pieces. It's also a game changer because it crosses a Rubicon of weaponizing space. Trillions of dollars of the U.S. economy depends on our assured access to space, and we cannot let this stand. So it's worse, in my judgment, than a Sputnik moment, and you're absolutely right. There was a book written about the Japanese surprise attack at Pearl Harbor called At Dawn We Slept, and it pointed out all the signs that we should have picked up on. You pointed out, others have pointed out, China is very bold and accurate about what they're saying they're going to do, and they're doing it. So they quadruple their military and things like that. We should be very concerned.
Yeah, well, I have been very concerned for several years now. I'm happy to see now more in the media.
Yeah, that's right, man. A lot of these Americans should be concerned, all right? Because the country that they held so dearly, the country they put their faith in, is about to be destroyed, all right, before its wickedness. Now, we know China's not going to be the next superpower. We know China's just set up to do whatever the Most High has China to do, all right? And we'll get that. We'll get that in a few. Real quick, this is 2 Ezra 6:9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. All right, so these scriptures are mainly talking about Esau and Jacob. Now, Esau is the forefathers of the so-called white man today, which by his nationality, he's an Edomite, according to the Bible. That's right, Esau is your forefather, and the forefather, Jacob, that's talking about the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. The true Israelites, according to the Bible, all forefather goes back to Jacob. All right. So then it says 2 Ezra 6:9 out the Apocrypha. It says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. That's right. Going into your rulership. Okay. Going into your rulership. Now, this is your time to rule, but now we at the end of your rulership, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth that new rulership, not China, not Russia, all right, not Africa. So these countries will develop their missiles and their technology and their military, all right, and they will fight, but in the end, it's gonna be all to naught. Or it's going to be mainly it's all the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, because America's going to be destroyed by way of thermonuclear missiles. All right, so China is going to pelt America with missiles. Russia is going to pelt America with missiles. North Korea, Iran, all these different nations with nuclear technology. Okay, and vice versa. America is going to pelt different areas with nuclear missiles. Okay. But America is that one place that's going to be destroyed. Okay, and after along with Esau's kingdom, and after that, Israel under the Most High, the Son Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, will be in rulership.